Hey, what's up? My name's Samuel Leeds, and on this week's Winners on a Wednesday, I want to introduce you to a guy called Pete. Pete's got a little portfolio up north that he's built up over the years. He's very successful in property, and he's going to share with you the golden nuggets, the tricks and tips, how he's become financially free through investing in property. So Pete, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Appreciate it, mate. It's fantastic to be with you, man.
Well, it's really good to meet you. I think this is the first time we've ever met in person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you've been doing all of the online training.
Oh, it's just been brilliant. It's been a game changer for me.
I'm really, really pleased to hear it. So you've been investing in property for ages.
Yeah.
But only about a year ago, you just changed it all up since doing the training.
Absolutely.
Tell me your background. How did you get started in property in 2008? What were you doing at the time for a job?
Yeah.
How did this all start?
Yeah, so 2008, I've always been a career man in IT and in construction. So 2008, we ran some training courses with the church on entrepreneurship. And off the back of that, I bought 2 properties for £5,000 each off plan. And then the builder put 10% in so we could just do it with the deposits. And then we had a mortgage. And for the past years, I've just been getting about 300 quid for both flats a month cash flow on them.
Okay.
So, they've been better than in the bank, to be honest.
So you just bought a couple of properties, a couple of little apartments,
Yeah.
sat on them, rented them out, and that's that.
Yeah.
Great. Very little money down.
It was 10 grand in and £300 forever
Yeah.
since I've had them. So that's been good. They've been good little investment.
Yeah.
So, and then 2019, I was really fed up. I wasn't enjoying the job at the time, and I just wanted to get full-time in property.
Yeah.
So I decided New Year's resolution, January the 1st, I'm going to buy a house. How am I going to do it? I borrowed 50 grand off Tesco and Sainsbury's.
Oh, a personal loan?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
With 3%. So I think over the whole of the term of the loan, I was paying 2 grand each or something on them.
Yeah.
For the interest, so it's nothing.
It's crazy.
It is. Credit score was great, which enabled me to do it. And then I bought a 3-bedroom semi-detached house in Sheffield. It was a deceased estate. I bought it for 140,000. Knew nothing about refurbs, knew nothing about anything, didn't know about finance, got ripped off on fees, all of that, and spent 25 grand on doing it up and the finances and everything. So I was 165 in.
Yeah.
And then in January 2020, after I tried to sell it and was unsuccessful because of Brexit, no one wanted to buy a house because they were waiting for Brexit at that time. So I revalued it and for 195.
Okay, so you made 30 grand.
165 to 195. I was well chuffed with it.
Yeah. Okay. So you went from a couple flats in 2008.
Yeah.
Got the taste for property.
Yeah.
2019, you were like, man, I'm tired of not
Gotta
having
do
property.
it.
I got to borrow money from the bank,
Yeah.
which is smart.
Yeah.
And paid 3% interest and bought a property.
Yeah.
Pushed the value up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
So got the money out from that one, rented that one out, so it's proper BRR, $750 a month on
Nice,
that one.
yeah.
Cash flow's $350 a month, so that's great. So that one's just earning me income. So I got a 300, 350, so 650 cash flow at this point. And then I found your channel
On YouTube.
At that point, yeah.
Yeah.
So March 20, I found Samuel Leeds' channel. It was just a complete game changer. Like it was as if blinds had come off my eyes.
Yeah.
I've been doing things enthusiastically, but didn't have a clue how to do it. So in June of 2020, I put an offer in on this house of 66,000, and that offer got accepted.
This is the house that we're sitting in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I bought this one was I was going for the buy low, rent high strategy that I found in your book.
Yeah.
So I had the book, read the book, and it was just like, so if I just wish that I'd bought 2 houses at 66 instead of one at 140.
Crazy,
I've
isn't
been
it?
able to make the same profit on this one,
Yeah.
or even more profit on this one than I did on the one that I bought for 140.
And again, like with property, you did property previously with no training. You just, used your common sense, and you got a little bit of a background in construction.
Yeah.
So you thought, I'm going to use my common sense. I'm going to go for it. And don't get me wrong, you did well. You had a couple
did pretty
properties. You did all right. But then when you started watching the YouTube videos, reading the books, you thought, actually, I could do this more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Right. I could really ramp this up. You learned the actual formulas of the buy, refurbish, refinance strategy.
Yeah.
So you bought this house that we're in right now, paid 66 grand for it.
Yeah.
which is half the price that you previously paid
Yeah.
for the price, which you thought was a good deal.
It was.
And then how much did you spend on this house?
So the refurb for the roofing and the building work and the plastering and everything, new kitchen, new bathroom decoration. That
So
was
you did
12.
everything doing to it.
Yeah, and I've converted this to HMO, so new fire doors, new fire regs, new wall at the front there to make another bedroom, so it's 4-bed. So that cost me 12 grand for all of that.
Not bad.
And then the furniture, washers, fridge freezers, all of that type of stuff, 3 grand for that. So 15 total, taking me up to 81.
Yeah.
Foot all in for
And then
for everything.
And then the new value now.
Yeah, so it was revalued by 3 estate agents. One was 110 and 2 were 120. So I think probably
awesome.
somewhere in the middle of them two, maybe.
So you've pushed the value up like crazy.
Yeah, it's been insane. And I think Barnsley's gone up during the crisis anyway, because people are buying so many houses. So it's gone up from 81 in to about 115. So I think the profit's about 30 grand.
So let me ask you a question. Any idiot can buy a house and make money.
Yeah.
Because properties tend to go up over time.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to rent a house. So anyone can just buy a house and make money. What did you do differently since going on the training, joining Samuel 365, reading the books? What did you do differently? What were some of the clever things that you did in your investment strategies that you didn't do previously?
Yeah, so I think for me, after I'd read the books and watched the YouTubes, I was looking for an area then. I was looking for somewhere where I could buy cheap houses, good value houses, that are near the centre, that will rent out for good money and can make into an HMO or a really good cash flowing buy-to-let.
Yeah.
So in Sheffield at the moment, we've seen a massive increase in houses. You can't buy a terraced house less than 100 grand in Sheffield now, really. So I had to find somewhere else that would find me the money. And because I'd read the books and watched the YouTubes, I was more clever about what I was looking for. So I'm looking for something with big bedrooms that I can let. I'm looking for somewhere that's near the town.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a place that will rent easily. And I'm looking for something that hasn't got absolutely, stuff that's terrible that I can't deal with. So this house came up on the market. It's got 3 big-sized bedrooms. It's 250 yards from the town. And Barnsley's moving to Article 4 in May 25.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Because Sheffield's already Article 4.
Yeah, it is.
So Sheffield, you've missed the boat. So you found an area that was buy low, rent high, cheap.
Yeah.
You bought it for 66 grand. You've pushed the value up to 120. So you've almost doubled the value with a 12 grand refurb. And you're renting this out now. You've got tenants, obviously you've just finished the refurb.
Yeah.
But what's the kind of rent on this now?
So there's a building company coming round on Saturday to confirm the rental of the whole house. And the rent's £1,500 gross a month.
Great, which is incredible.
Yeah. So,
and that's just to a building company, so it's like a corporate let.
Yeah.
So all you'll have to pay is bills, council tax, Wi-Fi and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Your mortgage payments. What profit you're going to be left with?
So I think it's going to cash flow £800 a month.
Incredible.
After everything. So 1,500 gross rent and then 800 cash flow.
Yeah.
Including 10% management fees.
Yeah. And you're going to refinance it?
Yeah, it's with Steve at the moment, refinancing.
Steve Bench?
Yeah.
Great.
So he's thinking that we'll probably get at least 110 on the reval, and that'll mean I can pull out 40 grand.
Well, you'll pull out all the money you put in, right?
Yeah, plus some extra.
So you're getting paid to have a house?
Yeah.
That is something else. I mean, if it values at 110, you'll pull out all your money, be able to reinvest it into something else. So I guess the key things are, number one is area.
Yeah.
You found a good area. Number two is Article 4.
Yeah.
It's about the rules.
Yeah.
See, this house that we're in, you don't need a license.
No,
you
we're
don't
being
need planning.
4-bed.
But you will. When's this going to come Article 4?
So May the 25th is the deadline.
Right. So you've got to get tenants in by then.
Yeah.
And then you have grandfather rights.
Yeah.
So it's
one
perfect.
of the key selling points of it, really, when I was looking around.
So you've done a BRR, HMO combined, bringing in £800 a month. You've also got a rent-to-rent.
Yeah.
Where's that? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so November 20, I got there was a Facebook post for a managing agent in Nottingham.
Yeah.
So they do the SA management. It's 15%. And they've got some beautiful two-bedroom apartments, 50 yards from the castle in Nottingham. So like right in the town centre, on Hounds Gate. So they they're £1,000 rent to the landlord, and the cash flow between 500 and 1,000 a month. So 500 not in the summer months, about £1,000 in the summer.
Right.
So, and I didn't know about rent to rents before I found your channel.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have even had a sniff of that if I hadn't found you.
So you've like doubled your cash flow now, or more?
Yeah, so I was on 650 cash flow before Samuel 365, and I've pulled in 1,300 extra passive income since I joined.
Oh, so you've like tripled.
Yeah.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, it's insane. So it's completely changed my life. So, you know, before, I mean, I do really enjoy my job still, which is why I probably haven't quit yet. But I could see myself, once I've paid the debt off that I took out in 19, which is like next year or something.
So you were getting $650 a month in rent, but that took you like 10 years.
Yeah.
So it took you 10 years
yeah.
of graft to get $650 a month. And then suddenly in the space of 12 months, you've got $2,000 a month.
It's just been insane. And I've just accepted an offer on another house exactly the same as this one.
Yeah. 2
streets over.
So tell me about that one.
So yeah, commercial street. It's a 3-bedroom terrace. It's got a 2-story extension on the back. This one's 1 story. So that one, yeah, I didn't even think I was going to be able to buy it because I didn't have the money. So I'm waiting for the refinance from Steve. Me and the missus have probably got about 15 grand, but we need 23 to complete, including stamp duty on commercial street.
Right.
So we'd kind of given up on it as an idea, to be honest. But whenever I was looking at Rightmove for any other deals, I keep coming back to that one. It was the best deal.
Yeah.
So in essence, I put a forum post on the S365 forum, looking for a JV partner for 10 grand. And within the space of half an hour, I had 3 people who offered me the money.
Oh, wow. So you got the money now?
So I got the money. Yeah, they're going to give me the money on completion.
Great.
And then for 6 months until we've refinanced.
Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, so that's just... I wouldn't have been able to afford to go again until another 8 weeks, until my other money came in.
Yeah, raising finance, that's the power.
Yeah, so I just never thought it would ever happen.
Yeah.
But it ended up being within half an hour and 3 offers. So it's just unreal.
What is, for anyone that's wondering, what is S365? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
You keep saying it, but what's it
So
mean?
yeah, S365, Samuel 365 is a monthly program where you get access to Samuel's mentors and Samuel, obviously. And if you've got any problems that you're facing in your journey through property, you can speak to a mentor about that. We also have these 365 mastermind calls on a Wednesday where we all get together, celebrate successes and help people out with the struggles. And the other thing that I find really helpful is to be able to just chat to people in the network about deals that we found and things that we're looking at and whether they really are a go. You just need people to bounce off sometimes to work out whether it's got legs or anything. So yeah, I hope that's explained.
Yeah, no, it has really well. And there is an investment involved. You invest in yourself. I always say invest in yourself before you invest in property.
Yeah.
Because you can make money in property, but it might be slow and hard and problems. Whereas if you know what you're doing and you've got support and mentors, you're going to get there a lot faster, a lot quicker. So there is an investment, but it's not expensive, in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, just after 2019 when I did my first one, if I'd have had the network and the knowledge prior to that, I've double the amount of properties by now, I think.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And you've also, through Samuel 365, you co-sourced a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that paid for your membership for about 6 months.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, so that was... I'd become compliant just after I started at S365. So I thought, well, I only have to do one deal in order to pay for the compliance that I did.
Yeah.
And then, this one kind of paid for the training. And, it was just somebody who got a deal and got an investor.
Yeah.
And wanted to co-source it with me because I'm compliant. So that was really great. So
what was some of the... because I know you don't love packaging and selling deals.
No.
You don't like to find investors.
Finding them.
You like finding the deals. What is it that you look for in a deal? Give me the tricks and tips.
Yeah, so... For me personally, I'm looking for something that I can add value enough so that I can pull all my money back out of it
Yeah.
and not spend a lot of money.
Right.
So for me, I'm looking for areas like Rotherham, Barnsley, Burnley, places that are low in price on property,
Yeah.
but there's really great demand for renting houses out, which is like most of the north at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think in some ways the northeast and this sort of Yorkshire area is missed. A lot of people like Liverpool,
Yeah.
but this area there's a lot of investment and a lot of property here that you can go in, add value to it, and then refinance it and pull your money out.
Yeah.
But you only need 20 grand to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were in Exeter or somewhere like that, you're gonna need 50 grand to do it.
Or more.
Yeah, so it's just being able to leverage that money.
What would you say to somebody though that said, but aren't those cheap areas, don't they have like bad tenants everywhere and housing benefits at streets, and it could be a bit of a rough area, so they want to invest in places like Exeter because they think that the tenants are going to be a better quality? What would you say to that?
I'd say that every city area is like Monopoly. You've got bad areas and good areas. So you've got the Old Kent Roads, and you've got the Mayfairs in Barnsley, in Sheffield,
Yeah.
and all over the cities that you have. So they'll all have good areas and bad areas. Like this particular area is a main artery out of the city, so it's well looked after. The council care for it well, and the tenants care for it well.
Yeah.
Whereas probably 2 or 3 streets over, you might have somewhere where you could drop litter and nobody'd be bothered about it.
Right. So you've got to make sure that you know the area before you buy there. You can't just say, oh, Barnsley's good, and by blind, you have to do your due diligence to check what the good and the bad areas are.
Yeah, and the estate agents are helpful for that. You know,
Yeah,
I'll say
they
to
are.
them, you know, what will this revalue for? Well, it's on at 60, it'll revalue at 70 after refurb. So I'm like, well, I'm not touching that. It's going to take me 10 grand to refurb it anyway.
Yeah.
So I tend to just speak to the agents who've got the knowledge, and also I talk to the person who's showing me around. If they're the owner or tenant, they'll tell me whether it's gone downhill or uphill or it's better. Or
I think asking questions and listening is
I
really
think
important
absolutely.
to agents, to sellers, and you can't take everybody's word for it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why you have to ask multiple people, and you have to know what you're doing. But I guess to say, oh, up the north the tenants will be bad because it's cheap, it's quite an arrogant thing to say, really, isn't it? I mean, you're from Sheffield yourself, so to say, oh, because it's a cheap area, the people are bums. It's like, no, it's just a cheap area.
Well, there are some streets in Sheffield where the houses are £2 million a piece.
Right, and there's parts of London where are really rough.
Yeah.
And as you say, there's good and there's bad.
Yeah.
But it's about finding an area where you got. And I actually think, I don't know what you found, but I don't want to buy in the really well sought after areas. I don't want to buy in the really rough areas.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get like middle of the road.
Yeah.
I'd probably say if 1 was horrible and 10 was Mayfair, I'd want to be looking for like 3.5, maybe 4.
Yeah.
Sort of that type of area, and that way there's room for growth. I want to buy the worst house on the best street.
Absolutely.
I'm wanting to buy in an area where I've got good management companies in place, where ultimately I'm going to get a good yield. I'm going to get a good return on investment, cash on cash.
Yeah, I find exactly the same, and I think in some ways, you know, in the BRRR strategy, I just think if I can make the same profit for a house that I bought at 66,000 than I did one at 140, then I can do 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
You know, so that is leveraging your finances better than anything.
And I love the fact that you're renting it to a company.
Yeah.
Because then there's no hassle.
Yeah,
it's all one company.
And the builders, so if something goes wrong with the building, they can just fix it themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah, if it's a building company. So true.
Yeah, exactly.
So let me ask you a question, Pete. What's your strongest reason for doing this?
Okay, so this kind of goes back to again my faith.
Yeah.
So similar to you, I want to be able to resource people that are suffering and struggling.
Yeah.
So my wife, she's from the Philippines, and there's a lot of need in the Philippines over there, especially at the moment with the weather and everything that they're having, where we just want to bless people.
Yeah.
You know, we want to give to people, we want to help people. And obviously for ourselves, we want to work less hard for ourselves as well. You know, we want to enjoy our life and be abroad and on holiday and those sort of things as well. So it's about the standard of our life.
Yeah.
But then also about blessing other people is really where we're at.
That's great. And I guess you can't help the poor by being poor yourself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and you know my story, and I had as a Christian, I had a real grapple with this idea of being a wealthy businessman, but also being a Christian, and I realised that actually money doesn't make you a good person or a bad person. Yeah. It just helps you become more of what you already are and what you want to become.
Yeah, that's
right.
And
it brings choices. If you're a jerk and you have a lot of money, you'll be a bigger jerk. But if you want to help people and you have money, it's going to enable you to do that more. So that's why I love helping people like you, because you're the same ilk.
Yeah,
you want to help people, so helping you make money and your family is just a really, really good thing.
Yeah, it's one of the things I really love about the network as well, because I feel like because I've done a few now, I've got something to give to the others that are in S365 as well. I can help them along and point them to the mentors and point them to some of the BRRR stuff that we've done, and really help people who want to help themselves really as well.
And it's so funny because Samuel 365, there's such great people on it, but it's just, there's such a diverse mix. There's some people that are millionaires.
Yeah.
We have people like Mark Parham, who's making millions, and he's on every week. I made this many millions this week, it's just crazy. But then you've also got people that are like teenagers, doing rent to rents and just starting out. And
it's so exciting to watch these youngsters, do well and get out of the rat race and really invest in.
Well, some of them will never have to have a job.
Yeah.
Some of them, and it is crazy, and you see it for every week on the mastermind calls. You see it firsthand. You see these 19, 20-year-olds that are like, I'm making $1,000 a month, I'm making $3,000 a month with their rent to rents, and their deal packaging.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely incredible. And then like you've your mortgage broker, your co-deal sources, all these people, this power team.
It's just so valuable.
It is. It is valuable. So what's next then for you? What can we expect to see over the next 12 months?
Okay, so done the business plan, which is that I want to do 4 BRRs a year to start with. So I've managed to get my pension into my what's called a SAS now. So that allows me to invest in houses in my pension.
Great.
So I'm doing that, and then I'm going to JV with more people from S365 so I can do deals that I wouldn't have been able to do before.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to do 4 BRRs a year and 6 co-source deals with the likes of Graziella and Gemma and people like that in the network. I don't like selling deals, but I love finding them. Yeah. I'm looking around houses all the time for myself to build stuff and renovate, and the ones that I can't buy, why let them go? I might as well make 1,500 quid a piece out of them as well.
Absolutely.
It's just the power of the network.
And it's like, if you like finding deals, but you don't like selling them, there's other people that like selling them but don't like finding them.
Yeah.
So you can just joint venture, and that's the power of mastermind.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody that was thinking of joining Samuel 365?
I'd say just get straight on it. It's just been revolutionary for me. It's changed my life. Within the next couple of years, I'll be full-time in property and moving towards 20 houses in the portfolio.
Incredible.
So that, it's just insane the way things have accelerated because of the program.
Well, dude, honestly, massive respect. Congrats. Thanks for having me around your house.
Well, thanks for everything you're doing for me.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure. Great job.
Thanks, mate.
If you found that useful, please do me and Pete a massive favour. Smash the like button. Also, drop a comment below for Pete. If you would like to try out Samuel 365, if you'd like to become a member, check it out, see what it's all about, you can do that for £1. 7-day trial for £1, and thereafter it's £95 a month. There's no cancellation charges or anything like that. There's no contracts. Try it out. Would you agree, Pete?
Absolutely, get on it.
I'll leave a link in the description below where you can try out Samuel 365. Also, join me at the Property Investors Crash Course. It's 12 days where I've condensed everything I know about property into a 12-hour training program called the Property Investors Crash Course. Again, it's £1. You can do it virtually from home. There really is no excuses. Get booked on. I'll leave a link in the description, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Thanks for watching. God bless.